Sniffelheim region. Listen, there's no rush or anything, but there is somewhere I'd like to visit when we get a chance. It's the cave where I used to live with the Vikings. You can get there from Sniffelheim by boat. There's a door there that I've been too frightened to open, but I think the time's finally come.
I wasn't going to mention it, but...
They say that this is the home of the Vikings. They sound pretty scary, of course, but there's something I've always found really exciting about traveling the world hunting for treasure. I mentioned that to Eric, but he told me he didn't want to talk about any stupid Vikings. I hope I didn't say the wrong thing.
Yes?
Something is troubling Eric. There can be no doubt about that. If there's anything we can do to help him, we should. We owe it to him. Have you noticed that Eric's been acting strangely since we came to Sniffelheim? Well, you have any idea what the problem is? We've got enough to be worrying about without him going all weird on us. If he's got something on his mind, he should share it with the group.
Oh.
You know, honey, Eric's looked like he's got something on his mind ever since you got hold of that Sword of Light. Take my advice and have a word with him when you get the chance. He looks like he needs a friend. I can sense you're impatient to be getting on with saving the world, laddie, but there's no need to rush. You need to speak to all the folks you can and see what you can learn. And don't forget to chat to your companions, too.
You wanted to speak to me?
There's something about the wind here, isn't there? It really cuts through you, chills you to the bone. It doesn't seem to bother Eric, though. Did you notice that? The door is shut fast.
Before we go in, I want you to promise me something. On the other side of this door is someone very important to me. More precious than any treasure. I want you to swear you'll do everything you can to save her.
Eric tells Tran about his painful past, and of how, 5 years ago, the necklace's curse turned his sister to gold and led him to flee his home.
I'd been drifting around the world for who knows how long, when I bumped into this guy calling himself the Seer. He had a prophecy for me. He told me to go after the orb. That if I did, I'd meet the Luminary somewhere deep underground. And that if I helped him, I'd finally be forgiven. Meet my little sister.
Man, I saw you blink behind your eye patch.
Mia. So I've been thinking. Now you've got the Sword of Light. Your powers are maxed out, right? Maybe you can use them to break the curse. Please. It might not work, but it's gotta be worth a try. She might have been turned to gold, but my sister's still in there. I know it.
Eric? I had the weirdest dream. I was so lonely and scared. But then right at the end, I felt happy. I dreamt that you saved me from the darkness.
I'm sorry, Mia.
Don't worry about it. I forgive you.
Did you hear that? Forgiveness! The last part of the prophecy's finally come true! You've helped me, so I'm sure gonna help you. I'm with you to the end, partner. Hey!
It's good to see Mia back to her old self, straight talking and taking absolutely no nonsense. I wouldn't have her any other way. I owe you one, Tran. You've given me something more precious than any treasure. I'll repay you for this, I promise. Wherever you go, I'll be right beside you, to the end.
I wasn't going to mention it, but...
It's amazing to think that Eric and Mia grew up with a crew of Vikings. It must have been so tough for them. I pray they could put those bitter memories behind them and focus on the future.
I must speak with you.
Truly, the powers of the Luminary never cease to amaze me. By wielding the Sword of Light, you saved that child from a truly terrible fate. Your destiny is to give the world hope, and mine is to be your sword and your shield, and to do all that I can to protect Darkspawn. I have a feeling Mia and I would really get on. Maybe Eric and I should swap sisters for a while. It'd be nice to give Serena a bit of space, and spending time with Mia would be a lot of fun.
How wonderful!
Eric's been through so much, but now he and Mia have made up. It looks like it's all worked out for him. She's a tough customer, but deep down I know she loves her big brother a lot. How do I know? Honey, just call it intuition.
Good grief!
Well, laddie, you did well to save Mia from her fate, but I still cannot believe what happened to the poor girl. Just imagine if she used that power in the service of evil. It doesn't bear thinking about. The whole world would be gold-plated by now. I always thought Eric was a bit too nice to be a thief. Now I know where he gets his caring side, from looking out for Mia as they were growing up. I always wish I could have had a brother or sister. They teach you things you can't learn as an only child. Don't worry about me. I'm back to my old self again. So, thanks I guess for saving me, but more importantly, you broke my necklace. Now I can't turn stuff to gold anymore. And there I was, all set to become a billionaire. Yeah, thanks to my stupid brother and his do-gooder friends, I'm back to square one again. You hear that, Eric? You owe me. Big time. As soon as you're done with your little adventure, you better take me on a treasure hunt to end all treasure hunts. Otherwise you can forget about me ever forgiving you. Well, till then, I guess you guys can look after it for me. Just promise you'll bring it back, okay? Try and receive the Pirate King's pendant. That necklace is mine, remember, so you better take good care of it. And of my brother. So be careful out there, okay? If you're stupid enough to lose a necklace, I guess I could live without it. But if something happened to my big brother, I don't know what I mean, I'd have to cancel the treasure hunting trip he promised me. Remember, Eric, I get first dibs on whatever we find. Necklace that's sure to bring the booty up rolling in. Chance of defeated monsters dropping items increased. And chance of being cursed reduced by 50%. It's only wearable by Eric. Okay, that's cool. So it'll be similar to the bunny thing. What exactly does the bunny thing say? Chance to drop defeated monsters dropping items slightly increased versus increased. So yeah, this is probably the same thing, just more of it. All right, let's pop that baby on. I assume none of the Vikings have anything to say about this. Alright, whatever. Let's go see what's behind Mia. Alright, not a whole lot that's different. I mean, obviously the castle's missing. Alright, I guess we're going to Angri-La next. That's where one of the seedlings are, but we'll hold off on that.
Let's have a nice wee chat, shall we?
I was just a wee baron when I first came to Angri-La, so this is a real trip down memory lane for me. Oh, hang on a sec, I just remembered something. There's this funny looking tree near the entrance to the village. When I come to think of it, it looks a wee bit like the sacred seedlings in the Watcher's Temple. I reckon it'd be worth our while taking a look at it, laddie. You never know.
Yes.
The Luminary was born of Yggdrasil. Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
You wish to speak with me?
You want to talk? That's not like you.
Just the person I wanted to talk to.
You are him, are you not? Tran the Luminary. It is the highest honor to meet you at last. You guys are not going to do the weird dance. Grandmaster Peng, the leader of our temple, commanded us to stand guard night and day so that we might be ready to welcome you whensoever you finally arrive. The Grandmaster has much to discuss with you. I would ask that you ascend the steps to the High Hall and meet with her in the Field of Discipline right behind it right away. Can it be? Tell me, Wanderer, are you Tran, Crown Prince of Dungeonsil? Nope. Do not try to hide it. You exude royalty from every pore. I have no doubt that you are the one we have waited for so long. Ever since the day of your birth, Grandmaster Peng has awaited your coming. Please, do not keep her waiting any longer. You will find the Grandmaster in the Field of Discipline to the rear of the High Hall. It is the building at the very top of the stairs. Please proceed inside. I knew it. When Erdwin's lantern fell from the sky, the Grandmaster told us your arrival was nigh. Ever since the day of your birth, Grandmaster Peng has awaited your coming. Please, do not keep her waiting any longer. You'll find the... Oh. Welcome to Angri-La. You're the Luminary, you're not? The one we have awaited all these years. The Grandmaster told us that you would come. How long we have dreamed of this day. Pray, stay and speak with us a while before you proceed to the Field of Discipline. Everyone is eager to meet you at last. Ah, the day has finally come. You are he, the young Prince of Dungeonsil, the Luminary reborn. It is no coincidence that you have come to this temple just as the Dark Star has risen. No doubt the threads of fate led you here. What is a Luminary? All of the grown-up disciples have gathered in the Field of Discipline to welcome the Luminary. They say the day we have waited for so many years has finally come. What exactly is a Luminary? I will ask my mother later. Ye art of sorcery consisteth in ye manipulation of ye magical energies that courses through a wizard's veins. This being so, ye magical might of any given spellcaster is necessarily limited by ye extent of said power. But long years of study have revealed unto me a secret by which ye power that floweth through Erdur's very soil might be channeled, thereby rendering a magic's power greatly more potent. Yea, 'tis an art only for ye wisest and greatest of wizards. This being so, I have hidden its secrets in 3 tomes, and hidden these tomes in their turn among ye threefold floors of ye Sniffelheimian Royal Library. If I should fail in laying the Dark One low, thou who followest in my footsteps, I prithee, seek out ye tomes and pronounce these words before them. Slumbering place of strength untold, break thy bonds, unlock, unfold. Ah, forgive me, I did not notice you there. I'm studying the ancient teachings of Angri-La. This book was written by Morkant, the great sorcerer who joined the Luminary of Legend in his battle with the Dark One. I discovered it in the temple's storerooms only recently. If Lord Robert were to follow Morkant's instructions and learn to channel Erdrea's energies, it would surely benefit you greatly. You've been to the Royal Library before, have you not? We return there and seek out the secrets. The monk wants you to search for 3 time-honored tomes written by Morkant. Apparently they contain some spells that Rab might find useful. No. As you wish, but remember this, a moment's inconvenience in the present can spare a lifetime's suffering in the future. We'll be back to say yes, but let me just talk to this room real fast. This man is a soldier of Heliodor. For many months, he and his comrades manned the barricade which cut Angri-La off from the rest of the world. When first he arrived in the temple, we were wary of his intentions, but now we know that he is a man of peace. Treat him with kindness, I pray. When the orders came through to abandon the siege, I thought I'd come up here to see what all the fuss was about. For months on end, we've been told these people were enemies of Heliodor. I was worried they might attack me on sight, but instead they welcomed me with open arms. Good, then you must journey into Sniffelheim and eastward into Snarefelt where the Royal Library stands. Morkant hid 3 books there, it seems, one on each floor of that great repository of wisdom. This is the mantra that you must repeat before each one to break its seal. Good luck. Return to me when you have read all 3 tomes. Morkant's Mastery of Magic. Sure, we'll go do this right now. This is part of that quest. Alright, so I don't know where these books are, but we'll just real quickly hit every book on every floor. Book 1. He recites the mantra that he learned from the monk, and the spell protecting the book is broken. He opens the cover and begins to read. Hear me, O spirits of the great realm of Erdrea, realm of boundless skies, of bottomless seas, of endless plains, heed my call. It must be part of the incantation Morkant used to make his magic more powerful. Tran carefully commits it to memory. Alright, that's number 1. So it's on the west side. Grant unto me your power, that I might protect this beauteous world and your children and its people from the foul machinations of that most vile and villainous of beasts, the Dark One. That's 2. Well, that doesn't last very long. Lead me your might, fleeting and ephemeral, sublime and blinding. Rain down upon me your glorious luminance. You read all 3 parts of the Wizard's Canticle. Head back to Angri-La and tell the studious disciple standing near the inn what you've learned. So, Tran, have you located and digested all 3 volumes of Morkant's great work? Nope. I see. According to his writings, he left them on the shelves of the Royal Library, which lies to the east of Sniflheim. Return to me when you have read all 3. Tran recites the incantation I learned from the books. Hear me, O spirits. So this is the spell whose mastery can unleash untold magical powers. I am not nearly enlightened enough to feel its effects myself, but for a seasoned sage such as Lord Robert, it is sure to work wonders. Lord Robert, if you would. Grab reads out Morkant's incantation at the top of his voice, and suddenly feels as if all the energy of Erdrea is flowing through his veins. His magical might and magical mending increased by 50. Truly, Lord Robert, you are a titan of the arcane arts. You have mastered the mysteries of Morkant's incantations after a single reading. The great sorcerer left those books behind in order to pass on his knowledge to future generations. No doubt he will be greatly pleased to see that you have taken up his torch. I too feel blessed to have been given the opportunity to study the secrets of such a legendary hero. I thank you, Luminary. You told the monk in Angri-La what you read in the 3 volumes of the Wizard's Canticle. Rav's magic has grown considerably stronger thanks to this newfound knowledge. I must follow in his footsteps and devote my body and soul to my training. I shall huff and puff until my cheeks are as red as his. Now, here's a face I haven't seen before. Tell me, are you the Prince of Dungersville? Nope. Oh, is that so? I'm sure you're a relation of my old friend. You look just like him. I thought as much. You remind me of my old friend. Your eyes are just like his. How Howdy, honey. What brings you here? Me, I was moseying around minding my own business when I found myself smack dab in the middle of a gang of red-eyed monsters fixing to eat me up. If it hadn't been for a couple of kindly disciples coming to my rescue, I'd have been torn to itty-bitty bits. These fellows sure are strong and fast. You should have seen them whale on them varmints, quick as all get out. Guess all this training really does pay off. Angri-La is home to a society of monks who spend all their time training to be extra strong and clever. Are you here to train too? Yup. I knew it. You should go up to the Field of Discipline. That's the name of our famous training ground. The best sorcerer in history trained there, you know. Nope. Oh, then why did you climb all the way up to the mountain? You are a strange one, mister. Message from the High Lama. Disciples of Angri-La, the Grandmaster has requested that I share an important piece of information with you. Some days ago, Grandmaster Peng discovered Lord Robert drawing a crude image on the Covenant Stone. By way of punishment, his buttocks were beaten until they shone like the setting sun. Let this be a warning to you, fellow disciples. Do not stray from the righteous path, lest you meet with the same painful fate. Here in the Temple of Angri-La, disciples undergo the most arduous training imaginable in order to draw out their latent spiritual powers. Before the mountain path was barricaded by the Heliodoran army, would-be heroes would come here from all over Adria in the hope of learning the secrets of our strength. Except for the Heliodor people apparently just don't know anything about this place. Welcome, Luminary. We have been awaiting your arrival for many years. One of us is especially eager to meet you. The Grandmaster has been looking forward to making your acquaintance ever since the day of your birth. The Luminaries finally arrived. What an auspicious day this is. I must prepare a banquet to celebrate. Light the fires. Prepare the pots. I just saw a load of disciples racing into the Field of Discipline. The Grandmaster must have summoned them. I've never seen them so excited before. I wonder what's going on. Welcome, Luminary. This is the High Hall of Angri-La. The Grandmaster awaits you in the Field of Discipline, the training ground behind this building. I am invincible. I've been hard at work honing my physique so that it might serve as a shield to protect all who seek shelter here from danger. My brawny body is stronger than a slab of stainless steel. Liquid metal slime has nothing on me. My mighty muscles are so strong that no normal weapon could even mark them. Do you not believe me, traveler? Do you think you can build a blade sharp enough to cut through my steely physique? The monk has challenged you to come back with a blade capable of cutting his steely body. I thought not. There is not a weapon in the world my body could not break. Pointless pride. I admire your confidence. Alright then, show me what you can do. But you should know that my victory is already assured. Why, you ask? Because I know for a fact that the only weapon capable of harming my iron-hard body is a legate's blade with a power of +3. Such a sword can only be crafted with a fun-sized forge, that most mystical of smithing stands, and only done by a true master of metallurgy. Not only that, but the recipe is a closely guarded secret of Angri-La. It is only awarded to those bold enough to test themselves against the Wheel of Hama, and strong enough to conquer its every cycle. If you should succeed in crafting a legate's blade with a power of +3, then equip it and come and show me. I've always wanted to witness a miracle. Well, then you should join my army. My burly body is impervious to any sword under the sun, save a legate's blade with a power of +3, and such a sword can only be crafted with a fun-sized forge. Beyond this tunnel lies the Field of Discipline. Many would-be warriors have entered this secret arena to train their bodies and their minds. Now, Luminary, it is your turn. Oh, hail the High Lama. My friend was chosen to be the new High Lama. Now he's the most important person in Angri-La after the Grand Master, and all the grown-ups have to do what he says. Amazing, isn't it? He's only the same age as me, but we couldn't be more different. Welcome, Luminary. This is the Grand Master's Hall, home of the Grand Master Peng, the spiritual leader of Angri-La. If you had come here when you were a child and trained with us as you were supposed to, this is where you would have woken each morning. Yeah, we can blame Hendrik for that one. Welcome, Prince of Dungersel, to the Field of Discipline, where your ancestors trained to become mighty warriors and wise rulers. The Grand Master awaits you within.
Welcome, Prince of Dundrasil. to Angri-La. I am Pang, Grand Master of the Temple. We humbly swear to honor the ancient agreement, to accept you as a disciple, and cultivate your physical and spiritual strength as best we can. What's the matter? Too many long words? Fine. Allow me to explain it all in terms you'll understand. For as long as anyone can remember, the sons of the Dracilian royal family have been sent here to be educated for 6 years of their youth. As the Crown Prince of Dundrasil, you too were supposed to have come here as a boy and trained under me. When your homeland was destroyed by monsters, the world thought you dead. But still, we held out hope. For many long years, we have awaited your coming.
It's been a long time, Master Pang. Forgive me for not visiting you sooner.
My dear Robert, it has been rather a long time, hasn't it? I must admit, I had thought we would only meet again in the next world. Speaking of which, you look like you've seen a ghost, boy. Though I must admit, I have a similar feeling. It's as if we've met before somewhere. Strange. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I would so like to have a nice, long chat with my lovely new disciple. But there are more important matters at hand. Even from half a world away, I can feel the evil aura emanating from the Dark Star. It is the body of unfathomable wickedness. You mean to destroy it, don't you? Well, it just so happens that there's a special training regime here at the temple that should prepare you to do just that. We call it the Wheel of Hama. I will summon forth a constant cycle of fiendish foes that will push your powers to the very limit. Many have attempted to conquer the wheel, but though the trial has existed for a millennium or more, none have succeeded. If you're feeling brave, speak with the High Lama.
Grandmaster, I have spent years practicing everything you taught me. Focus, discipline, abstinence. Let me show you what I can do.
Very sprightly. I'd like to see how you've come along, Rab. You certainly seem a lot more focused than when we last met.
Oh, I'm focused, all right. Come on, you young whippersnappers. What are we waiting for? I have a thing or two to show you. Hey,
Nice, Rab. I don't think that's what Ping wants you to show them.
I take back everything I said. Come here, Robert. We have a record to break.
Come here, my child. Let me look upon your face once more. There's an innocence in your eyes, but your brow betrays an unyielding spirit. Your grandfather looked much the same when he first set foot upon these flagstones. I have worried for your safety ever since the fateful day when Dundrasil fell, but judging from the indomitable expression on your face, it seems my fears were unfounded. I thought that we might only meet in the next life, but it seems the universe had other plans. For this, I am grateful. But anyway, let us not waste any more time on sentimental claptrap. You're behind on your training, boy. It's time to get back up to speed. Well, what are you waiting for? Go to the High Lama and test yourself on the Wheel of Hama. The ultimate trial of Angri-La will soon whip you into shape. Probably not gonna do the perfectly on the first try, but I'll try. This dance may look simple, but it takes many years of training to perform it precisely and rhythmically. Only when I can keep dancing the whole day through will I finally be ready to proceed to the next stage of my training. I can't do it yet, but one day I shall prevail. This dance has been passed down by the masters of Angri-La for generations. It is an expression of thanks for the life we have been granted by mighty Yggdrasil. Tran, and Lord Robert too, what an honor it is to speak to you both. Please forgive my unusual posture. I'd very much like to shake your hand, but if the Grandmaster were to see me taking a break from my training, she would be furious. The Wheel of Hama has existed since the founding of the temple, but very few disciples have ever overcome its challenges. If you mean to try it yourself, be sure that you are well prepared. Welcome, Luminary, to the field of discipline. Here you may pit yourself against the Wheel of Hama and, by doing battle with ever more powerful foes, trying to draw out every last ounce of your strength in battle. How odd. Though I thought this was your first attempt at the Wheel of Hama, it seems you have a record of your prior exploits. But perhaps this is not as odd as it seems. After all, the wonders of the Luminary are many and varied. Normally, disciples will begin with the first trial, but I see no harm in you continuing from where our records show your last attempt ended. One such as yourself would be more than capable, I am sure. Oh, I almost forget, I have important news. With the threat of the Dark Star now looming over our heads, Grandmaster Pang has permitted disciples access to newer and more challenging trials. Should you overcome the third trial, more challenges will be made available to you. Never stop pushing yourself. There's no limit but that of the imagination. So, which of the Wheel of Hama's trials do you wish to undertake? Okay, so we'll put Tran in this one, Eric in this one. Jade, Serena, swap these two. Savando, Rab, and Veronica. Nice!
Take this!
You've taken 2 actions thus far.
You ready for this?
That didn't do much of anything. Don't miss.
You're wide open!
Don't know what's the best one to use for this. Okay, that works just fine. So I could have shaved a turn off right there if I did use a cut above. You've taken 7 actions thus far.
Ever so sorry.
Ah. which one has it. Okay, Grumpy Grublin has that. Let's try this anyways. Serena's helmet protects her from instant death attacks, so if it bounces and hits Jade, this is no bueno. "15 actions thus far. Impressive work, Luminary. You have successfully completed the 4th trial. Allow me to present you with this award, the Naughty Stick. A mere 18 moves. Dragon Skin Jacket. Get your drag on. Shine on Zenlon. Zenlon hair rings and Zenlon gowns. Congratulations, the final trial has now been made available for you to attempt. Should you ever wish to attempt the Wheel of Hama again, you need only ask. Not bad, Tran, not bad. It has been many centuries since a disciple last made it so far through the Wheel of Hama. I think you're ready to face the final cycles. The trials that yet await you are more testing, more agonizing, more excruciating than any you have faced before, but don't you dare give up. You have faced many hardships on your journey, and each has added to your strength. Draw on all that your adventure has taught you, and you will surely prevail. Welcome, Luminary. Hendrik, Sylvando, Tran, Jade, Eric, Rab, Serena, Veronica. Final trial is overseen by Grandmaster Peng herself. Fight with all your strength, for she suspects that you're not applying yourself with every fiber of your being. You will feel the full fury of the Naughty Stick. Well, at least you pulled it off, Hendrik. You have taken 4 actions thus far. You've taken 10 actions thus far.
Pull your socks up. Let the darkness consume you!
You've taken 21 actions thus far. The final challenge of the final trial remains. Do not let Grandmaster Ping down! I don't have Magic Burst. There's supposed to be a pet-powered Mighty Burst here. I know that Veronica can cast it, but well, I mean,
We of Arborea swear to protect you. While we live, none shall defeat you.
3. Conquered the final trial. Impressive work, Luminary. You have successfully completed the final trial. In recognition of your first successful completion of the final trial, allow me to present you with this reward. Turn receives a recipe book entitled Orichalcum or Blimey. Legate's blades, pair of Orichalcum claws, meteorite bracers. Well, mere 24 moves. I hereby present you with this reward: a guide to godly get up. Apollo's crowns, Potenate's Palia, Fairy King's cane, and Brilliant Blade. Should you ever wish to attempt the Wheel of Hama again, you need only ask. Ultimate Enlightenment, awarded for overcoming every challenge that the Wheel of Hama has to offer. Well done, Tran. You're the first disciple since Erdwin himself to overcome every cycle of the Wheel of Hama. Now that you have passed the final trial, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Go, my boy, and fulfill your destiny. Unless you'd rather stay and train some more, I will be only too happy to put you through yet more punishment. So, I'd looked up a guide on this, and I guess I don't know how to make Serena cast Magic Burst. It could be one of the abilities she has. Wait, no, there's only this ability. Alright, well, I don't know how to get her to cast Magic Burst. Maybe that's something I unlock later on, but it's fine. But yeah, I managed to. We're done here in Angri-La, I guess. Oh wait, I need to make the Legate Blade. So in order to make the Legate's Blade, I will need to get a black tier. So we'll go ahead and trade in a Serpent Soul for one of those. Ooh, so you have a taste for exotic jewelry, hmm? Very well. Hand me the soul and I'll get started, my love. Tran grips Crystal into the Serpent Soul. Ah yes, this is a splendid specimen. If you just wait a moment, I will work my magic. It is done. And it turned out perfectly, even if I do say so myself. Here, my dear, all yours. If you find any more Serpent Souls on your travels, do come back and see me. I'll be only too happy to work my magic for you again. Alright, we have the Legate's Blade. Let's take a look at it. A great sword tempered to an almost unbelievable toughness that makes critical hits more likely to occur. That is pretty strong, but it is a two-handed sword, so... At long last, I have achieved my dream. I have been reborn as a lovely young lady. Oh, sorry. Just mulling over what my grandfather suddenly shouted out the other day. He hasn't actually turned into a girl. He's still the same old man he's always been. Honestly, he's been going on about wanting to become a lovely lady for years now. I do wish he'd give up on the idea. Or failing that, actually do something about it. Wow, alright. When Erdwin's lantern fell, the monsters grew more malevolent than ever before. Even we, the disciples of the great Grandmaster Pang, struggle to keep them at bay. Only you, Luminary, have the strength to save our world. I pray that you achieve your destiny. There may be some new dialogue, so I should probably run around and talk to everybody. First, let's do this. Can it truly be? That sword you hold in your hand. Is it a Legate's blade, and with a power of +3 no less? Hi, I underestimated you. Never my wildest dreams that I believed that you would be able to craft such a weapon. Even my mighty muscles could not withstand a critical hit from such a blade. It would cleave me in twain. And if an evildoer were to wield such a weapon, I'd be powerless to shield those seeking shelter here from their attacks. Angri-La would fall. I see now that no shield is truly unbreakable. One cannot rely on defensive strength alone. I must learn how to put these muscles of mine to use. Thank you, Traveler, for showing me the light. Please, take this. Take these. I thought them worthless, but now I see how precious they really are. You showed your Legate's blade to the monk with a burly body, who realized the error of his overconfident ways, and decided to dedicate himself to his training with even more vigor than ever. You have opened my eyes. I was wrong to think that my mighty muscles were all I needed to protect this place. I have confessed my error to the High Lama, and in his infinite wisdom, he has forgiven me. I thank you again, Traveler, for showing me the light. From now on, I shall devote myself not only to building my strength, but my martial prowess also. I will never forget what you have done for me. You have opened my eyes to the true path. I swear that I will make the most of the wisdom you have given me. Be still, my beating heart. This young lady has recently come to stay with us. She is not a native of Angri-La, as you can see from her minimal attire. Oh heavens, never in all my years of training has my heart beaten so fast. Whenever I drag my boots up to this here place, the monks all start crowding around. Guess they ain't none too used to having a lady like little old me around these parts. But they're awful sweet and mighty kind too. I can't help but smile every time I clap eyes on the little darlings. She is just as I dreamed she would be. That fluffy round tail, those pretty ears that bob and bounce, that velveteen dress that clings to every curve. Could this really be the very same bunny girl I have seen in my sleep every night since I glimpsed her face in the Uggler's Digest? To be able to meet her in real life is truly a dream come true. Did you know that over 6 years of training, Lord Robert felt the sting of the Grandmaster's naughty stick 10,000 times? He was exceptional in every department, both good and bad. We who follow in his footsteps can learn a lot from his example. According to the legends, the association between Angri-La and Dungersall began in the Age of Heroes when the Dark One threatened to bring all Erdrea to ruin. After the Dark One's defeat, the King of Dungersall made a pact with Grandmaster Yi to train the princes of his kingdom in the ancient arts of Angri-La. That way, they would always be ready to defend their people should crisis ever strike again. Is anybody else to talk to around here? Mother, I've decided I'm not going to give up. No matter how much it hurts, I won't run away anymore. I'll become a fully fledged disciple if it's the last thing I do. Oh, my noble boy, how you have grown. My son thought of abandoning his training, but after seeing the frenzied monsters attacking people left and right, he has had a change of heart. He has sworn to redouble his efforts so that he might protect his people from harm. Once he was a mewling child, but now he's a man at last. We must protect this land of ours. The view from the balcony is breathtaking, is it not? It is up to us to ensure that these lands beneath us are never lost to the darkness. It was not by chance that the very first Grandmaster of Angri-La built this temple in such an isolated, precipitous place. Here the disciples are far removed from all worldly temptations, and can dedicate themselves wholly to their training. Yi was a wise man indeed. The Grandmaster tells us that a beast of world-shattering strength has been reborn. Though this may seem cause to fear, I fear not. After all, we have you and Lord Robert on our side, the most distinguished disciples of the great Grandmaster Pang herself. As long as you are with us, I know that humanity will prevail. The ancient teachings of Angri-La tell us that the souls of those who lose their lives pass into the void, the chasm between this life and the next. What? You say that you have been there yourself? Run so young to pass into the great beyond and return to tell the tale is nothing short of a miracle. None but the Luminary could achieve such a feat. Until now, I was convinced that you were the Darkspawn, of being a purest evil who would bring ruin to our realm, but now I see that I was wrong. You are fighting to save this world with all your might, and you continue to do so even now. Though I know that the wrongs we of Heliodor have done you cannot be excused, please allow me to offer you my sincerest apologies. Forgive me, Luminary. We slandered your name and hunted you like a wild beast, yet still you fought to save us. Few others would have been so magnanimous. You are a man of great honor, Luminary. I pray that you will prevail in this battle against the darkness. This soldier used to believe that the Luminary was in fact an evil being called the Darkspawn, but I finally managed to unburden him of this misconception. Will you be testing yourself against the Wheel of Hama today, Luminary? If you wish to undertake this most grueling of trials, please proceed to the Field of Discipline. Welcome to Angri-La, we're disciples from the world. Okay, yeah. Indeed, as a Prince of Dungersville, you are like family to us. Please make yourself at home. You have anything to say about me beating the Wheel of Hama? Nope. Touch the ceiling? No. Alright. Seeding number 1.